Ladies, I don't know what some of you all are up against. I don't know what the current challenges in your life may look like. I don't know what obstacles you may be facing. But I came up on here to encourage you that if you have that sense of being afraid, if you're feeling fearful about moving forward, I encourage you that even if you have to do it alone and if you have to do it afraid, still do it, because sometimes we have to take those feelings of being afraid and may have to do it alone, and we still have to move forward with what we got, because a lot of things is dependent on your yes. You are dependent on your yes. Your dream, your vision is dependent on your yes. So sometimes you may find yourself in a season where you know that you are called to greater heights, you know that you are sent, you have that sense for a greater purpose, but you're looking around and maybe you're afraid due to the lack of support that you don't have, or maybe due to you looking at your bank accounts and the numbers ain't, mathing up to what you think that you need in this season to accomplish that vision. But I came to encourage you that God does not call the equip, He equips the call. So everything that you ladies need in this season and everything that you will need moving forward, as you move forward and as you give God your yes, God will equip you with every resource that you need. But you have to move out that place of complacency and move forward, even if you have to move forward and you have to take that fear with you. Sometimes, lady, you have to say, okay, yes, I'm afraid. Yes, I'm fearful, because sometimes we look at the long term, we try to go ahead of ourselves, and long term speaking, we don't see the full picture, or we don't see how it's going to all plan out, so we become very fearful on how to move forward. And definitely so for me, speaking for me, when I didn't see the support system that I thought that I needed, it made me very fearful. It made me think that, okay, did God call me to this, or I don't think I can be able to do this on my own. But God reassured me that He has called me for such a time like this. God reassured me that He does not call the equip, He equips the call. So He told me, Lashelle, everything that you're going to need as you move forward, I will give you those things. I will give you those things. All I need for you to do is take that small step today. All I need for you to do is start with one small step. So the Lord is not asking you ladies to start and have it all figured out. He don't want you to figure out the whole picture. That's His job on how is the how. Your job is to take that first small step. So whatever that small step looks like for you in this season, I would encourage you to say yes. Even though I'm afraid, even though I'm fearful, even though I don't know the full context of the story, even though I don't know how this is going to plan out, I have to remember that God has called me to this. I have to remember that somebody else deliverance is dependent on my obedience to the yes that God is waiting on me to give Him. So ladies, you might find yourself in a season, like I said, where you don't have no support system. You might find yourself in a season where the people that once supported you may not be there for you for one reason or another. But you can't stay right there. You have to continue to move forward. Even if you have to move forward alone, even if you have to move forward afraid, you must still do it, because your future, your vision, your dreams depends on you moving forward. Even if you have to do it alone, some of us, we get so scared because we don't have that support system that we desire. But God is our support system. God is our friend when we need Him. He will be with you in the valleys and on the mountaintops. We just have to believe it. And we have to realize that we're going to take this fearfulness we got. We're going to take being afraid, and we still going to move forward. And we also have to remember that God does not give us the spirit of fear, that He give us power, love, and a sound mind. So we know that fear does not come from the Lord, and fear is of the enemy, and it's a spiritual attack, because the enemy know if I can keep her stuck, if I can keep her set in this place of fear, then she won't move forward. The enemy know that you won't move forward if he allows you to stay stuck in that place of fear, or stay stuck in the place of being afraid. He know if you give God your yes, then you're going to be setting not only yourself free, but you're going to be setting so many other people that's attached to your legacy free by you moving forward. So like I said, sometimes you won't know the full picture. Sometimes God is going to ask you to step into the unknown, and He's going to ask you to step into uncharted territory that your family before you has not even seen or heard about. But sometimes you have to do it afraid, but you must do it. Sometimes you have to do it alone, but you must do it. Like I said, for many seasons, I have found myself doing it alone in the flesh, but God never left me nor forsake me. He always reminded me when I had that feeling of, I just feel so alone. He said, no, you're not alone. Yes, your community may look different. Yes, your support system may look different, but I am all the support you're going to need in this season. And when I feel like you need more, I will send you more. But until that time, give me your yes and move forward, Lashelle, with being afraid. Move forward in your fear, because with that, I can use your fear. I can move you. I can use your being afraid. But I can't use you if you just sitting right there and you're not moving forward. So, ladies, I came up on here to encourage you that you got that sense of being fearful, or maybe you afraid for one reason or another. And let me let you know that it's a natural human emotion to be fearful or be afraid, but it's just what you do with it. And if God has called you to do it alone or do it afraid, you must do it. Because remember, it's not always about you. That your yes and you moving forward helps somebody else. It delivers somebody else. So, ladies, if God has called you to move forward, I pray and encourage you that you give him your yes today. And please let me know, have you been afraid? Are you afraid in one area or another in your life with giving God your yes or moving, forward in one area? Let me touch and agree with you today. Let me touch and agree with you today that you will give God your yes, that you have to trust God even when it's uncertain, even when it's unknown, even throughout your fear, throughout being afraid, you can still go forward and move forward. Because you have to remember that greater is he that's in me than he that's in the world. Please comment below. Please interact. Let me know how you plan on moving ahead. Until next time, ladies, God bless, and y'all please keep the faith.